So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged homophobic tweet about me. Let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about for which you know nothing about.
Those words from former CNN anchor Don Lemon, directed at one of the biggest names in hip-hop. But what Nicki Minaj said first, it was so explosive, so controversial, that it sparked accusations of homophobia, threats of deportation, and even got the Department of Justice involved. This isn't just celebrity beef, this is a cultural war playing out in real time, and by the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly how we got here, and why both of these public figures might be in serious trouble. To understand this feud, we need to go back to Minneapolis. In early 2025, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, became the center of a massive controversy. A woman named Renee Good had taken sanctuary in a Minneapolis church, and protesters gathered to protect her from federal agents. The situation was tense, emotions were running high, and right there, in the middle of it all, was Don Lemon, live streaming everything to his YouTube audience. Now, Don Lemon isn't at CNN anymore. He's an independent journalist now, broadcasting from the ground, showing his viewers exactly what was happening. But his presence at that protest, it caught the attention of some very powerful people, including the Department of Justice. And it caught the attention of someone else too, someone with 228 million Instagram followers, someone who decided to make her opinion very clear.
Okay, so I know this morning, Mimi Brown in Front Page News talked to us about, some of the protests happening in Minneapolis because of Renee Good and Don Lemon and how he's come into the picture. But Nicki Minaj is being called out by some people for being, according to them, homophobic. And the reason why this is happening is because when the live stream that Don Lemon did on his YouTube channel went live and it got picked up by news, she decided, Nicki Minaj, to tweet about it. And her tweet says, Don C-word, sucking lemon is disgusting. How dare you? ? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. And then there's a photo of a Chucky doll. Then she tweets Happy New Year. Then she tweets, she retweets a post by a woman who was talking about the fact that Don Lemon is married to a white man. He married Tim Malone, real estate agent, back in 2024.
They started tweeting Dr. Umar that?
They started tweeting and Nicki Minaj reposted it. So I don't know if it made it to Dr. Umar yet, but yeah. So they talk about, they're questioning whether he's pro-black or not because of his relationship, and Nicki Minaj retweets that and says true or false ? Hashtag arrest Don Lemon. She then tweets photos and she's saying the world is watching. Now, like I mentioned, you have the Hollywood Reporter, Yahoo, people that are having a conversation about her being homophobic.
So let's break down exactly what happened here. Nicki Minaj saw Don Lemon at those protests, and she didn't just disagree with him. She went nuclear. She used explicit, crude language to describe him. She called for his arrest. She questioned his blackness because of who he's married to, and she tagged it all with a photo of a Chucky doll. The internet immediately split into two camps. On one side, people who agreed that Don Lemon had crossed a line at those protests. On the other side, people who said Nicki Minaj had just revealed something ugly about herself. The word homophobic started trending, and Nicki's attempt to start a conversation about Don Lemon's actions suddenly became a conversation about her words.
Phobic. She's trying to have a conversation about whether Don Lemon should be locked up or not. Well,
it's the way she said sea-sucking.
Yes.
Like she made it seem like, it was a bad thing to be a sea-sucker.
But I just feel like if her whole thing is to bring attention to, I think Don Lemon should be arrested, and all the news coverage is about the fact that she's homophobic, I think most of the news coverage anyway on one side, I think it kind of defeats the purpose. But
we got prostitutes. We do it, Lauren. You know what I mean?
But
he said it she said it in a disparaging way because he is homosexual.
Yeah.
That's what she did. Yes,
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Just asking.
Well,
Yes.
you call him gay in a disparaging way all the time.
No, I don't actually. I do it in a loving way.
Okay.
This is where it gets complicated. Was Nicki Minaj being homophobic, or was she just being Nicki? The Breakfast Club hosts couldn't even agree. Some said the language she used was clearly meant to demean Don Lemon because of his sexuality. Others said that's just how people talk. But here's the thing, intent doesn't always matter when you have the platform Nicki Minaj has. 228 million Instagram followers, millions more on Twitter. When you're that powerful, your words carry weight whether you mean them to or not. And Don Lemon, he wasn't about to let those words slide.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged homophobic tweet about me. Let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about for which you know nothing about. This is you're out of your depth, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans, and you're not an African American. From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do? Get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll, because you are nothing but a pick me. I choose not to pick you, and so should black people, and so should gay people.
Let that sink in. Don Lemon just called Nicki Minaj an undocumented immigrant who should be deported. He brought up her husband, Kenneth Petty's status as a registered sex offender. He brought up other family members. He told black people and gay people to boycott her music. This wasn't just a response. This was a declaration of war, and he dropped one particular bomb that got everyone talking.
Something. When I heard Don Lemon do that rant yesterday, I guess it never dawned on me. I didn't realize Nicki Minaj was undocumented.
Yeah,
I thought that the whole deportation thing was just a joke. I didn't realize.
I thought so too, but I did see. So the same people who are calling for Don Lemon to be locked up, arrested, all the things, right? They're also saying that what he said about her being undocumented wasn't a thing. But I do know that there is
It's not true.
There's conversation back and forth, and here's why. So on one side you have the petition on change.org, which is over 92,000 signatures right now, asking for Nicki Minaj to be deported. Now back in 2016, Nicki Minaj herself talked about Donald Trump wanting her to go home and spoke out against deportation policies. And then in 2018, she did the same thing, speaking against Trump and his family separation policies because of her connections to Trinidad. But
is she undocumented or not?
She was born in Trinidad.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, because I thought she came over here when she was 5.
Yeah,
so I don't know if she did the paperwork to become a citizen or if she's dual citizenship. We don't know, but she was definitely born in Trinidad.
Yeah,
when I looked at it yesterday, I saw she posted on Instagram. I guess back in the day, I came to this country as an illegal immigrant. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no,
I never.
She talks about it all the time, being born in Trinidad and all that.
Yeah, she has there's a song. Yeah, she's talked about it before. We just mentioned the dates, but
damn, shouldn't she after all this time? Shouldn't she like be here legally though? Like, shouldn't she?
We don't know for a fact that she's not. We don't.
I mean, she married, so then she technically.
So here's what we know for certain. Nicki Minaj was born in Trinidad. She came to America when she was 5 years old. She has publicly stated on her own Instagram that she came to this country as an illegal immigrant. Whether she's since obtained citizenship, a green card through marriage, or some other legal status, that's unclear. But what is clear? Over 92,000 people have now signed a petition demanding her deportation. The same woman who spoke out against Trump's immigration policies in 2016 and 2018 is now being targeted by those very same policies. And some people think they know exactly why she's suddenly changed her tune.
I don't know what that means. I'm sure she's paid plenty of taxes here and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Well, she's and speaking of her marriage, a lot of people feel like the conversations and all of the support of the Trump administration, which Don Lemon mentioned in his TMZ interview that he did about this, is because she's trying to cozy up to the Trump administration to act for pardons for her husband, and that's been a whole conversation as well too. So,
well, after finding out if she, I guess, allegedly undocumented, I would think that would be more of a reason to cozy up to the Trump administration than the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see as this goes, because
Trump and that team, they're not deporting her.
No, she went to the UN for that.
No, she supports them too much. They're not deporting her.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Think about this for a moment. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is a registered sex offender who has faced serious legal troubles. If the Trump administration were to grant a pardon, that changes everything for their family. And if Nicki herself has immigration concerns, staying on the administration's good side becomes even more critical. Is this calculated political strategy? Is Nicki Minaj playing 4D chess? Or is she genuinely aligned with these political positions? We don't know for certain, but the timing is interesting.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why you would trust him either to say that.
I mean, I think because right now, think about all of the conversation and the attention that she's kind of like a face of the Trump administration now.
Jeez.
So where does this leave us? Nicki Minaj is facing accusations of homophobia and a petition with nearly 100,000 signatures demanding her deportation. Don Lemon is facing potential DOJ charges marches while calling for boycotts of one of hip-hop's biggest stars. The Trump administration is somehow in the middle of all of it, and social media is on fire. This story is not over. There will be more tweets, more responses, possibly more legal action, and we'll be here to cover every single update. What do you think? Was Nicki Minaj's tweet homophobic? Did Don Lemon go too far with his response? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to stay updated on this story and everything else happening in Hollywood, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because in this new media landscape, you never know what's going to happen next.